We got a question in for our American mamas, as we often do. This one says, Dear mamas, did you see the story about the high school that left a girl with Down's syndrome out of their yearbook? Who does that?
Oh, let's ask our American mamas.
Mama, mama,
Mama told me not to come. She said, that ain't the way I know.
And joining us now, our American mama, Denise Arthur. Terry Netterville is out and about. She will be back later on this week. This is a story out of Layton, Utah, and I believe it is Shoreline Junior High School. And there was a picture with the cheerleaders, all the cheerleaders in the school. And they took two pictures, and one of them had the manager for the cheerleading team. And she was a girl who has Down syndrome.
Yeah, her name is Morgyn. She's 14 years old.
Cute girl, you know, she's sitting there in the front row in the second picture. But they didn't put the picture with Morgyn in it in the yearbook.
Correct.
They put the picture that didn't have Morgyn in it.
Correct.
In the yearbook.
Correct. Low down. That's low down. And they are catching flack, Stephen, as they should. But one thing I've looked at these pictures over and over and over, and I think a lot of people have been saying, that they cropped her out. Well, they didn't crop her out.
There's no way to crop her out.
It's two different pictures.
Right.
Which sends me to a whole nother place, because that means that they took one picture while Morgyn stood on the sidelines and watched, and then they took the group picture. So, and they don't even, she's a manager, and she has on a t-shirt and shorts, like they don't even provide her with a cheerleading uniform.
But she does learn all the routines.
Right.
And
are we doing it for looks? I mean, does it just look good now for everybody to have? I mean, because apparently that's what Shoreline has done, because, they have this school motto and all these things that they're supposed to be so wonderful about. And then they turned around and did that. And then they tried to do a half-hearted apology, which no one has accepted, because people are just totally outraged. They just said, we're deeply saddened by the mistake that was made that omitted a student photo out of the yearbook. Apologies have been made to the family, and we sincerely apologize to all others impacted by this error. We continue to look at what has occurred, and we will improve our practice. Well, apparently this isn't the first time this has happened.
Right, because she hasn't been in these pictures in the past.
Exactly. So, the parents, I think, last year they just kind of got over it. But then this year, now Morgyn has been impacted by it.
Because Morgyn knew she was in a picture.
Right. She knew she had taken the picture with the cheerleaders. And so, she couldn't wait to get her yearbook and pull it open and see her picture with the girls that she's with on a daily basis. And let me just say that the cheerleaders and their parents have been very supportive to Morgyn and her family. This has zero to do with the Shoreline Junior High cheerleading squad. They did not make this decision.
But that's another part of the story, because when the story got out on social media, people actually did start to blame all the other cheerleaders in there, and people started...
Yeah, like they were some snooty girls or whatever.
They started doxing these junior high school girls because of they thought the girls were responsible for sliding Morgyn, and they clearly weren't.
No, they don't get to make those kind of decisions. An adult made this decision. Whoever's over the yearbook staff made this decision. That's how yearbook staff works. Kids don't make the decisions. At the end of the day, it's your sponsor or whoever's over the yearbook. So some adults decided to do this. But I was happy to see earlier today that this Caitlin Pepper, she's the founder and board president of Save Down Syndrome. They're a 501c nonprofit, and she has laid down the hammer.
Okay.
And she's written to the school, and she has let them know that, there are several things that they need to do. Number one, they need to issue, a public apology. And number two, they need to fix it, which there's been a lot of people, not just in their community, but all over, letting Shoreline Junior High know you need to reprint the yearbook at your expense and redistribute it. The other thing is you need to make sure Morgyn has a uniform like all the other girls on the cheerleading squad. Don't make her stand out like a sore thumb. So they're going to give them time to do this, but they definitely are going to file a discrimination suit because, this was no accident. This was just, it was a blatant decision made by somebody, and it was a bad decision at that.
And I did like what Morgan's sister posted. She posted this on Facebook. She said, the front page of the yearbook states, I don't care how insignificant you think you are, one person can absolutely make a difference. Please be the one person whose actions are inclusive. Be the person who stands up for what's right and makes a difference. Teach those around you, kids and adults, to look around and see the Morgans being sidelined. I really thought that was a beautiful thing to say.
Well, and you know what? That hits the nail on the head, Stephen, because that makes this even look worse on that junior high and the adults that made this bad decision, because all these little blurbs and quotes you have everywhere, they mean nothing because they don't have anything behind them, and you just showed the whole country.
If you'd like to ask our American Mamas a question, go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/American Ground Radio or facebook.com/American Mamas. Terry Netterville will be back. Denise Arthur, thank you so much.
Thank you.